Let's move on now to this. In an effort to eradicate gang violence in Westbury, police deployed amaberete to the area. Manqoba Mchunu is back in Westbury to talk to law enforcement and the community leaders about their efforts there. Manqoba, you reported on this flare-up in violence over the last few weeks. You're back there now. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but there does seem to be a pattern here. We see a flare-up in gang violence. We see Minister Bekele visit and interact with the community. The community begs him to take action. Over the next few days, we then see an increase in resources for the SAPS. This time, it's the amaberete being sent in. And then a few weeks later, nothing. What are you hearing from the community about these latest developments?
Well, Marcel, indeed, for the second time, in fact, I think amaberete are being deployed to this community. Recall that in 2018, again, the police minister, Bekele, was here in Westbury where he had met with community members after a series of shootings that have happened here in the area that claimed the life of Heather Peterson. There were also shootings that claimed the life of Kloof Tibbets, which led to community members taking to the streets here and, demanding police to take action for what is happening here in this community. Again, we saw those scenes repeating themselves just a few weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, where the community again, was living in fear. People saying that they were even scared to walk to the shops because of the shootings that had been happening. All of this is believed to be gang-related, gang fights that, have plagued this community, the gangs that are fighting here over turf in this community. And it followed the killing of one of the alleged gang leaders, Kinan Ibrahim, in this community. And so we know that the police minister was here firstly to get an assessment from the police as far as the intervention is concerned. He then returned again to this community on Tuesday, where he engaged community members during an imbizo, where they again, Marcel, raised issues about police here, the fact that they don't trust the police here in Sophia Town, but also that there's not enough police on the ground to deal with the issues that community members have here. And he has since deployed more resources here on the ground, and community members saying that this is almost the same script, and that they're seeing at a different time, because every time that Bekele comes here, he makes his promises. The police are here on the ground, but just days after that, the police then leave this area, and the violence then resurges here again. But I want to get a sense from community members, because we understand, Marcel, that there were teams of police that are deployed here, which include the tactical response team, as well as the anti-gang unit, the Johannesburg Metro Police Department, and a team of detectives that are here on the ground. But just to get a sense from community members whether this is making any difference this time around. Edwin, thank you very much for speaking to us. Are you seeing any difference here in the community with the police being here? Are you seeing the police at all?
Good morning, everyone, first of all, and thank you so much for the interview. Yes, we've been seeing police here and there and everywhere. As we can see now, there's a couple of them coming up now, but for the whole morning, it's been actually very awfully quiet with no police presence here. Yes, we understand that the Sophia Town precinct is very huge, so they have to be deployed in different sections and everything and all these other places. So we understand that, and we appreciate the fact that they're currently doing the job. But yes, he has deployed them, but unfortunately we haven't seen Berete as yet. We have seen the anti-gang unit and everything. But however, they're doing a great job. But however, if they can stop the vehicles, get designated hotspot areas like one of these streets, let everyone walk down, search, do door to door, search everyone, do more active work. Because what they're doing now, they've been here, crime has gone down. We're happy for that. And that's what we want to see. We want to see our community thrive again, because this is a place of dreams. But unfortunately now it's just a place of nightmares. So what we need now, especially with the help of Mr. Bekele, yes, many people will say it's the same script that's always time and again, over and over. But how about he show them that he's really got this community at heart? Yeah, really, that's what we want to see. And if they can leave the vehicles, park it everywhere, somewhere, get on those hold spots, leave like maybe 2 vehicles designated in this area, and then everyone walk through these passages, search everyone, do everything, show the visibility 24/7. That's what we want to see. We'll be glad on that.
So you're saying that this is the first time that you're seeing police here this morning here out on the streets?
Yes, for the morning. This is the first time we've actually seen them doing an operation currently now. Unfortunately, we haven't seen anyone being patrolling State Lane this morning. Perhaps they were somewhere else in different safe sections. Because we've, I stand under correction, but I believe we've got 4 sectors in the Pusafayton precinct. So maybe they were designated to the different sections. But why send everyone to one spot at the same? Try and split them up. Because there is resources now. Bekikele send reinforcement. Yeah. So how about we use that reinforcement to the best of our ability? Because now, as the cooperation happens now, if I'm on the wrong side of the law, I see police coming up there in a streamline without them surrounding me. What am I going to do? I'm going to teach what I have. And then act like nothing is wrong. When they're gone again, I pick up what I have. So let them break up at least. Let them use a nice strategic method. Leave cars, leave designated vehicles in certain areas, and especially this road. This is a heavy hotspot. Leave 2 or 3 vehicles within this road where it's visible, and let them, the officers, let them use their agility. Let them regain some effort, man.
So are you feeling safer, of course, following the shootings that we saw here? I see that there's a lot of people here on the streets, here on Staker Street, than what we saw about 2 weeks ago when the situation was really tense here on the ground. So are you feeling safer at all as community members now?
Currently, when we see the police, definitely we feel safe. But the moment as they are gone, and then we're unsafe again, because we never know who's the next person, who's the next victim, you know. Unfortunately, it's gang-related and everything, but some people, you know, because you were from a certain area, you belong to a certain gang, and not everyone is gang-related. We don't want that, and that's what we're trying to get rid of, you know. It's not about an area and everything gang-related. The smallest population, we're small. If we can stand together, we can make great things come, because this community has got real potential. And that's what we need. We need the potential of the people. And yes, we currently now, we do feel safe. And speaking on that fact, 2 weeks ago when the streets was dead quiet, this street now, you might pick it up now, it's busy. This street is not busy at all. This street is still quiet because this is one of the main streets in Westbury. And this street is always overpopulated. People are afraid to sit outside.
So, do you think that the police are doing enough, though, to curb the gang violence that's happening here in the community, or do you feel that there's still a little more work that needs to be done?
Yes, I would agree on that and disagree on the statement. The reason being, they are doing their work, but if they can step it up a notch. You know, Rome wasn't built in one day, but step it up a notch at a time. And drastically, the more visibility, the more employment from the community as well. They would gain back the respect that they've lost. It was what the people were saying at the hall now that when Mr. Taylor was the minister, and then they said they lost their trust in the police. Why? This is the thing, to regain the trust of the community. Show them that you've got the heart of this community. You take them. You've got it. You want to show a difference with it, and it's perfect.
Okay. Thank you for speaking to us, Edwin. Well, that was one of the community members just sharing his views and what he believes, can be done to actually fight the issues here, the gang-related issues, the violence that has plagued this community, and of course the fear that has gripped many of the residents here. As he says now, this street is usually bustling. We're seeing people here out, but he says not as much people as one would expect to see here on a daily basis. We understand that there have been operations on the ground, including those 69 police officers and deployees that are here in this community. 4 people were arrested yesterday in an operation that occurred here, and they were found in possession of illegal firearms, ammunition, as well as drugs. We understand it was crystal meth and dacha that was confiscated with those that were arrested. So it does seem that police are doing something here in this community, but of course, as you can hear, this community is saying it's not enough at this stage. They still want to see more police presence. They want to feel ensured when they see the police that they are doing something about the violence here.
Indeed, just one of the headlines I saw yesterday with Bekele visiting that area. Heartbroken residents of Westbury was the headline on News 24. And then the quote being, "The graves are filled with children with unfinished stories." And I just thought that speaks to that gentleman who spoke to Manqoba a short while ago about the loss of potential, the loss of hope in a community like that. And that is just part and parcel of what goes out the window when crime is allowed to take hold as it has there.